Mr. Brown was in here?
You need it?
I was just saying if he had any further development. All right, we're here on 2014-0296 and 2014-0297, Bow State versus Javaris Chambers.
The officer and defendant, please raise your right hand. Do you and each of you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you should give to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, officer, if you state your name for the record. All right, officer, if you state yours.
Michael,
I see in the file an order of sentence that I signed on October 20, 2014 in connection with defendant's conviction for grand larceny in 2014-0296 count 1 and 2014-0297 count 1. Defendant was sentenced to 5 years on both counts. Allowed to serve the first year in the intensive supervision program on both counts, released on 5 years supervised probation concurrent. The probation department filed a petition for revocation on October 16, 2015, alleging that the defendant committed the new crime of felon in possession of a concealed weapon, been arrested by the Hinds County Sheriff on October 10, 2015. And the defendant has been appointed counsel Public Defender's Office, Chief Public Defender, Mr. Ben Connor. Anything further from the state?
I'm in the state's here, ready to proceed.
All right.
First call, first witness.
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, the state would call Investigator Huff from the Hinds County Sheriff's Office.
All right, and you can just testify from where you're standing.
Yes, Your Honor. Investigator Huff, you work at the Hinds County Sheriff's Department? Yes, that's correct. You've been an investigator there for 10 years? Yes, sir. 21 years law enforcement? Yes, sir. And were you on duty on October the 10th, 2015? Yes, I was. And were you working at the fair? Yes, I was. On the fairgrounds? Yes, sir. And on that day, did you come into contact with a citizen who had seen an individual walking through the fair with a firearm? Yes. And did you get a prescription of that individual? Yes, we did. And during the course of your investigation, did you follow that or go where that individual told you to go in reference to the person with the firearm? Yes, we did. And were you able to locate that person? Yes, we were. And what did you observe when you saw who you believed to be that person who was described?
We observed a black male wearing a red cap, red shirt, and sweatpants walking down the east side of the street. As we watched the individual walk, we noticed that he was walking in a fast pace when he noticed that we were following. We noticed that he was pulling his sweatpants up on both sides of the sweatpants when most folks pull their sweatpants or their pants up by the front of their waistband. The individual had a t-shirt that was untucked, and he continually was walking, looking back over his shoulder at us, continually just appeared to be very nervous. At that point, after watching him do this past couple of games, we decided to approach him. He stopped in front of one of the games, and as we approached him and stopped, I noticed a large bulge coming from his waistband area underneath the tucked shirt. We approached him, asked him if he had any firearms on him. He immediately said no. We could smell strong odor of marijuana coming from his clothes, and then he abruptly said, "Yeah, I got a firearm," and reached for his waistband. I recovered a firearm from underneath his tucked shirt where I saw the large bulge sticking out, which was a high .40 caliber firearm.
And that was from Javaris Chambers. And you see him in the courtroom here today?
Yes, the gentleman sitting standing here at the podium in the yellow outfit.
In the yellow outfit. And at some point, did you learn that he had a previous, he had been convicted of felony?
Yes.
Which was here in Madison County.
Yes.
Your Honor, the statement of the witness for the defense.
Mr. Connor?
Was he arrested at that time?
Yes.
Has he been charged with being a felon in possession of a firearm?
Yes.
Any question?
Anything further?
Not from this officer, Your Honor.
All right, anything else from the state?
The state would call Officer Revocation.
All right. He testified from where he stands.
Officer Zeke, you are a officer with the Mississippi Department of Corrections, probation,
Yes, sir.
and you carry a load of probationers in Madison County.
Yes, sir.
And is this defendant one of those probationers?
Yes, sir, it was until we transferred his supervision to high school.
But when he is violated, does that violation still come back to Madison County Court?
Yes, sir, it does.
So did you file a petition to revoke his probation?
Yes, sir.
And was he on probation at the time of the offense?
Yes, sir.
So pretended witness.
Mr. Connor?
I don't have any questions.
Anything further from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Anything from the defendant?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Connor? All right. Any argument from counsel?
It was not indicted, just charged.
Mr. McAllister, anything from the state?
Yes, Your Honor, the state would approve the court, House Bill 1267, which basically says that this court may revoke probation of any or all of the sentence if the court finds by the funds of the evidence that he has committed a felony.
Anything in response to that, Mr. Connor?
There is no preponderance of evidence that he committed a felony. They are charged with false arrest. Indicted in a preliminary hearing in Madison County, not indicted, certainly not indicted.
Your Honor, the state's going to have a big day on the testimony from Officer Huth, who swore out the affidavit to arrest the defendant that's here today.
Anybody have anything further to say? All right, the court finds the state's met its burden in that regard. More likely than not that the defendant violated the terms and conditions of his suspended sentence and probation as set forth in the petition and shown by the testimony. He'll be fully revoked on both counts. Since the sentencing order said that was concurrent, that's a requirement of the case law to have the revocation concurrent. Further order to pay court cost fees and settlements in the amount of $787 plus restitution amount of $2,297.42 with all that to be paid within 90 days after his release from custody. Anything further? All right, good luck, Mr. Chambers.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, Christopher Lee Boyd.
That's right, we just locked up one piece of shit.